So, why is the trademark office so picky? I have clients that file what are called intent to use trademark applications. And what that does is it locks up your rights to use a certain mark in connection with certain goods or services. But in that case, what you have to do is you have to come back and show the trademark office that you are using that mark, that trademark, in connection with those goods and services that you listed in the original trademark application. So I'll file the trademark application, we get the notice of allowance, and then, like I said, we have to show the trademark office that we're using the mark. And so the client will send me some photographs, or they'll send me a link to their website showing the mark used in connection with other goods and services that are not quite what we listed in the original trademark application. So this is a little bit of a problem because you can't change the listing of the goods and services after you filed the trademark application. So I have to go back to the client and explain we need to show that the trademark is being used in connection with these goods and services. The trademark office is very picky. They want to be able to see definitively that that mark is clearly being used in connection with those goods and services. So I'm often giving my clients a lot of pushback. Can you get me something a little bit better? This doesn't quite say what we had hoped it would say. I can't read the mark on this photograph. The photograph is a little blurry. The website isn't doing exactly what we had hoped it would do. So I have to provide a lot of guidance in order to make sure that what we submit to the trademark office really does satisfy that requirement. So I end up probably being a little bit annoying, but once you file that, what is called a statement of use, saying that you are using the mark the way you said that you were going to use it, then you can't come back and change it. You can't withdraw that statement of use. You can't withdraw the specimen. So the trademark office is very, very picky, and there is a reason for this. It's because the trademark is supposed to protect the consuming public, to make sure that the public knows where the goods and services are coming from, and that those goods and services are coming from that company that is operating that trademark. That's one of the reasons that the trademark office is so picky. But the other reason is, when you think about what a trademark is you are locking up a certain name or a certain logo. You are preventing other people from being able to use it. And so when that's the case, the trademark office really wants you to have limited rights over the logo or that word, because otherwise people can't use those words at all if you've got too much protection. So those are a couple of the reasons why the trademark office is so picky. And as a result, I've become very, very picky because I've seen what can happen if you submit something that is not quite right to the trademark office. So I'm very picky, and if I'm a little bit pickier than the trademark office, then we're in great shape, because then they'll accept what we submit, um, and then the trademark will register. So that's exactly what the client wants. So those are some of the reasons why the trademark office is very picky, and why I am super very picky. And if you've got any trademark questions, you can feel free to book a consultation.